dream is the persistence of picking up a pen in the early morning and the shine of the lamp. It's the unhesitating sobriety of pulling back the covers and the cold water on your face. It is 6:00 to see the stunning rise of the sun and the light of the notes blooming. It's the crazy run again and again in the days when there's no hope. Don't forget you cried your heart out about this failure. When the breeze is not blowing and the sun's shining, please gather the strength to start again with all the love of life. To chase the autumn wind with dreams for horses full of expectations. To wait for the winter snow. Do not forget the original heart to keep love. To look forward to the spring blossoming love of the people waiting for you in the sun. Be a late bloomer and never make it to the top. But be happy and sincere. What's the big deal? Ordinary people must be allowed to exist in this world. May we one day be able to fall deeply in love with the young modified themselves. Sometimes we live so tired. Is not life too mean? It is that we are too easily infected by the external atmosphere. Being swayed by the emotions of others. Walking in the crowd. We always feel that there are countless piercing eyes. There are a lot of short and cold words that end up confusing the mind. I'm getting tangled up in my own mess. You love to travel and you've posted a lot of body and soul in your circle of friends. There's always one on the way and it takes a long time to find out. Body and soul are always in bed. You love freedom and you write on Twitter that life is not just about the present. And poetry and distance, but the thought of the distance is far. You chose to muddle through in the end. You like stability everywhere exudes a kind of facing the sea. The ease of spring flowers can be realistic. Slowly let you understand. What you call stability is actually being steadily poor. Now you're not trying to live the life you want. I need a chance to escape the environment I was born into. Everyone I know is full of anger. They live just to survive. But I believe there are better places than that. It's more developed and I want to live in a place like that. It was at that moment that I knew I had to make a choice. I can make excuses for myself to bow down to life. You can also force yourself to create a better life. You weren't left behind or for anyone else. All the free growth of their own flowers to open their own mistakes to defeat. Time blew down to time to pick up. We are young and everything is at its best. Just stumble and try. It's okay to fail, okay. You're only rewarded with a new beginning if you take that step. You may be bruised but you'll end up stronger. Let the narrow path of expected self and real self meet me. Positive meeting is no longer idle. Just sit back and let fate take care of everything for you. The world will be happy with you once you've done something. Mediocrity or excellence is something you allow to happen. Don't live in your 20s and 30s with the fatigue of your 50s and 60s. Don't choose ease at an age when you should be struggling. The stage is big again. Don't take the stage. Can only be an audience forever. Platform no matter how good you do not participate in can always be an outsider. Life without 4 seasons effort is the peak season is not hard season. If you don't make an effort, it's always someone else's good news. Even though these are tough times. But maybe one day the experience will blossom. Don't deny yourself for anything or anyone. Life isn't always going to be smooth. There are always going to be potholes. Just take small steps and don't be afraid to move forward. I always believe in the present bad also. It's just a brief moment of darkness before dawn. So the setbacks experienced are foreshadowing of the future. Flowers will bloom along the way and so will our future. The road of life is very long. The future stars are as bright as the sea. There is no need to linger over the past half-acre square pond. Those so-called regrets may 13th be a kind of growth. Those who have been hurt will eventually turn into light the road ahead. One day you'll see that you really can. It's never the practical that cures you. It's the relief and the pattern in your heart. As long as your heart is not rattled, even the world cannot affect you. Life is like a practice when you are proud to see chang and flowers in a day. Hard times down and out, new stop wine cup. But the journey of life cannot be turned back, even if the fear of the rock cannot be punched. I will be the best even if no one will come. Also to be strong and persistent in what we must have. Acknowledge that there is some inequality in the world. They have a lot of advantages that we don't. They have a lot of shortcuts that we don't have, but we can't complain. Everyone's life is different. Some people are born with gold in their mouths. Some people are born without parents. There is no comparison between life and life. How is our life completely determined by how we feel? Where there is a will, there is a way. The bitter man day not suffering, 3,000 mora can swallow woo. Try a little harder and no one will be there forever. May you soon have the ability to play a person. From now on I'm going to loot everything that's good. Education, figure, cognitive thinking, courage. I want my ambitions to be clear. We'll meet at the top. Mountain high water, long afraid of what too late. Panic what cannot go to the nature of its nature to follow its change. Everything is just right. There is no full stop behind the pursuit of life, is never too late to start. As long as you listen to your heart. Dare to take the first step, the scenery of life is always new. Wonderful. You have to believe that no matter how much you hurt, how dark you feel, what I'm going through right now will become a light that illuminates the road ahead of you. Suffering is the foreshadowing of flowers. Winter always gives a forward to spring. The breeze, of 15 or 16 years old, crossed many mountains. To this day, you are still the best age. This is God's best reward for brave girls. A show without a script is like life without a script. He only gives you a starting point and you have to finish the rest. It's the gift of life, take it for better or for worse. Then write down each page yourself. Over the mountains for a meeting to go all out for a change. The answer is in the tears and in the sweat, the senses and the heart. There is always a life elsewhere, you will be more firmly in the heart of love.